have a car, 2 kids, and a wife. I'll probably be here for the rest of my life. I'm living on the island. When summer comes and winter falls, the island ladies go to shopping malls. Take daddy's credit card and charge it all. They're living on an island. Oh, we're living on Long Island. Oh, you know it's so much fun. I'm living on the island. I'm just basking in the sun. Hey, Anthony, give me a...
And welcome, we're living on the island. Welcome to the Benny Rizzuti Show with my very special guest host, Les Deegan.
Hello, everyone.
Les
Hi, Benny.
Deegan made it all the way from the city, got
All
here.
the way from the city.
Thank you. We're in mid-October, so this is my centerpiece for... we're
Very
getting close
nice.
to Halloween.
Very nice.
Getting really close
It's
to
very handsome.
Halloween. Les,
That's
it's
my
great.
first bad joke of many that we're going to hear tonight.
But you have a way of... You make puns funny, because you do puns in your act.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with a good pun.
But what do you still perform stand-up comedy?
Do I still perform stand-up comedy? Why? Where I'm going to be? Of course. I've been very busy.
I know you sing a lot. That's
I do. I have actually have a lot. Can I tell everyone where I'm going to be?
at the end.
Oh, at the end.
No,
At the
we're
end.
saving
The
it for the
end.
end.
No, I'm staying very busy. Stand-up comedy and singing and acting.
And acting.
I'm a triple threat.
Really? You
That's
were in a
right.
movie, which we showed a clip from when our first year.
Oh, Hank is evil.
Hank is
I'm,
evil.
I'm wearing my Hank is evil socks. Can we see these? With the handlebar mustache?
They have the handlebar mustache.
That's right.
Yeah, Nancy said I didn't get to see that whole movie yet.
Oh, you can see it on YouTube now.
Now it's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. The whole hour and 20 minutes, whatever it is.
Nancy loved it.
It
She
was,
said
it was a
great.
lot. It was a lot of fun.
Had a lot of great comedians
Oh yes.
on it.
Joe Pontillo did a great job with that one.
Yeah, he put that together.
That's
Is he
right.
working
That was
on
the
it?
evil Mayor McDigley.
You were Mayor McDigley,
That's
yeah.
right. Actually, on Saturday we're doing some filming. We have a little something coming up for the holidays.
Great.
That's all I can tell you, though.
I want to make some more videos because when I first started the show, I had videos. When we first started, we used to make videos.
Oh, that's right.
You
That's
remember?
right. That's right.
We had, what's his name? Keith Fitz.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I wrote a character, and Keith Fitz played this character that he was playing guitar in a train station.
Okay.
In a little train station where you hang out waiting for
A
the
little
train.
train. You mean like Lionel Trains? That little train station?
No.
HO. Remember?
There's-
You're old enough to remember these.
I had them. I
Remember
had
the
the
HO?
Lionel,
And you put
yeah.
the smoke with a little eyedropper of the thing, and then the
Right, and there was a song, I'm looking over my dead dog Rover that I overlooked before. One leg is broken, the other is sprained. I ran him over with my H&R train. Or, yeah, thank you.
Oh, look at the people at home. They're in Starbucks watching on their iPhones. They're standing.
And live, I think we have it going, we also have a live feed going on.
Well, hold on, wait a second. Yeah, I'm live.
Yeah, we're still live.
Yeah.
You and I.
Was that a pun? That was a visual pun.
That was like 2/3 of a pun.
That's right.
P-U.
What's the consensus at home? Was that a pun? Who cares?
Who cares? And a good friend of ours who's never been on the show yet, Alan Streisfeld.
Oh, he's terrific.
Yeah, and he's the king of puns. On,
He's
on
a good
social
buddy
media.
of mine. I know
Yeah,
Alan a long time.
On social media, he writes the greatest puns.
Oh, he's a genius. Some of his are
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious.
But back to video.
Yes.
I did. Keith Fitz he was one of those guys who played guitar, like a street musician.
Right.
And he was a street musician, but he would sing about the person if you didn't tip him enough.
Oh,
he kept
okay.
singing like nasty things about you, and until you kept giving him money.
Just like off the top of his head, he would.
It was scripted, but it seemed like it was off the top of his head. Like
You're the guy who stiffed me.
yeah, that's good.
Something like that.
No, but he was doing old man checking out the young girls, and so I'd give him $1 to show him
okay.
up. And
he's a wild man. I haven't
a
worked
great
with him in
guy.
a while. He's terrific.
And me too. He's another guy that there's so many comedy shows now with 10 comics and 15 that guys like him and myself and I guess you and Alan, we get overlooked because there's so many, So,
How can someone overlook this?
you and I have done some fun shows together.
We've done some fun shows together.
Did a show together for the school, the Cleary School for the Deaf.
The Cleary, yes, I remember that one. That was such a, from the bottom of my heart, that was a terrific show.
Each one of us had we had an interpreter.
Right.
And we had to go over our material,
right.
what we were going to do. And we had and I had my interpreter. I put my Alfredo Gagoots hat on her and everything.
You know what was the funniest one in that? When I did my Jewish star bit. You know, when I went like this, and then the interpreter followed me. That was hilarious, I thought. Anyway, that was a fun night.
That was fun, and it turned out to be a lot because I remember we were writing so we were trying to figure out what material we could use, what wouldn't be offensive.
Right.
And so I had I always bring my notebook, as you know, and I'm always jotting down what I feel I want to do because you have a really nice set act. I take my jokes and I throw them in the air, and
you just fling it off?
And I fling, but a lot of it is written. But then some of it I improv into getting.
But you're wonderful. That's the charm. You never know what you're going to say next.
I know, but there are those bits that people like.
Oh no, but you have your set bits, but then you.
Yeah, I have my strong opening stuff.
Right.
And I close almost with the same thing all the time, the Italian map, right? Because everybody loves that.
But, and you always close with the same thing. Silence. I'm kidding, Benny. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So this is my last time on the show, folks. No.
No, I keep less.
Okay, all right.
I'll even let you sit behind the chair later. We have another guest also.
Oh, I saw him. Very handsome gentleman.
Very handsome. Mike Patera.
Mike
is going to be on here in a little while.
What does he do?
He's a DJ, but he's full of fun. I know this kid since he's in the 7th grade. We were talking about, and he's very successful. Nice. Very successful DJ. We're going to bring him. He's a great guy.
Excellent.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
I look forward to meeting him.
Yes, and. So, I'm old, so I forgot what we were on.
We were talking about our vacation in the Grand Canyon.
All right,
and then you got sidetracked.
Good. I'm glad we're sidetracked. I'll tell you. I want to talk about. I went to Salem, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I have a picture we're going to put up of my greatest moment in Salem. Was there's a picture you can see right there on the monitor.
Oh my God.
Me with 6 witches.
Well,
which
witches. One is?
They're all in their 20s. I met them and
They were real witches.
Just go with it. Go along with it.
Okay.
But I had a lot of fun with them, and I told them that I said, if you take a picture with me, I'll put it on TV.
Okay.
And
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But they were fun. We met them. It was raining. The first day, Saturday, was beautiful.
Okay.
It was packed. Sunday, the day we had all these great tours planned, it rained up in Massachusetts. It rained like buckets just pouring on you.
So what could you do in Massachusetts?
So we went into a bar.
Okay.
And the bar, the front of it was like a pizzeria. And then the back, you had to order your drinks in the back. You got your food in the front. Go to the back, and it's all these crazy New England fans and Tom Brady. Tom Brady's first game back as a
all right.
So they were back there going.
Nuts.
They were going nuts. So I went there to order drinks, and the woman said, "Well, I have to come proof the people that you bought the drinks for." So I said, "Sure." So I bought the drink. It was just 4 of us, right?
All right.
Go over there, and all of a sudden there's all these young girls sitting in the other couch, and I hand the drinks to my wife and the other woman and the other man, the other couple, and the woman, the bartender says, "Oh, I thought you were with these girls," and they just surprised me. And then Nancy and Kathy, the other, they went to look around for these witches. There was this woman who's a witch for years, and she says, "I'll leave you with the young girls."
Okay.
And Tom. And we had fun. We were watching
football.
We had big screen, and we were away from the crazy New England fans.
All right.
Because they're
nice. Why don't you hate them?
Why? Because I'm a Yankee fan?
No. I hate the Patriots.
I like the Patriots. I do. I respect them. I'm not a Patriot fan.
No, I appreciate that they're a good team, but I just love beating them. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, sure. But you don't say that in New England.
No.
you know.
Not if you want to make it back to the
yeah, right. They're real fanatics.
Absolutely. Is that Kettle One?
What, this?
Yeah.
No, this is water. I don't drink. I'm not a big drinker. That's why I got the drinks at the bar for everyone else.
Cheers.
And I was drinking water. I had to be the designated walker.
Oh,
Because we
okay.
were good walkers. I was the one that, helped them along.
I like the
Thank
threads.
you. Very patriotic.
Very
I'm wearing-
patriotic.
I'm wearing this because we're all Americans. If you go on social media, there's people battling over candidates, which I don't even want to talk politics.
No.
I don't want to talk politics. They're going nuts. Listen, we're all in the same country, okay? And we need somebody that's going to lead us. That's what we need. We need
That's
a
what
good
we
leader.
need.
If you don't like the leader, then then you sound off about it after. But they're both running. Wait,
You know what I would like to see for the third debate tomorrow night. And I know it's not going to happen,
Right.
but I would love to see the moderator tell them both that there is no mudslinging. Every single question you must talk about what you're going to do for the country. There is no talking about
And
the
if
other
you don't
person.
you
but
talk
that's
about,
not going to happen.
No,
because that
but
doesn't make ratings.
That would be great because then it would be, say you and I are running. So I
Right.
would say, okay, we have trouble with the economy, and this is how I propose to help the economy, and this is what I propose for health care. And then the mic goes to you, and you don't say, well, Benny Rizzuti's plan is preposterous and trickle down, and this. You say, well, this is my idea.
Well,
Just like,
I might say that a little bit because your plan is preposterous.
No.
I
Listen.
know you were being serious.
if you're working together, okay, we're working together to make this country better.
Right.
So when you work with people, whenever you've worked on some kind of a project, any project, don't you listen to each other's ideas? Even when we do comedy, you listen to you do a bit, and I say, well, I wrote a new bit lesson,
Right.
and then I'll say, what do you? And you'll give me. You work together, and you'll say, well, my idea. Here's my idea for this project, and someone else gives you their idea, and you take a little bit. You don't say, oh, your idea is stupid. You're an idiot. You don't do that. But that's what they're doing. And by doing that, then we don't pay attention to what are you going to do for the problem.
Right. They don't say what they're going to do for the country. It's what the other guy has in his
And the
past
other
or-
guy's no good.
Right,
and then
exactly.
the other guy and point the finger. Don't point fingers. That's the problem with politicians. They point fingers.
They point fingers.
They point fingers.
That's right.
But in my job, okay, as a machinist, in my job, if something's messed up, the finger is on me. Now everybody else around me is going to say, okay, how can we fix this problem?
Right.
They're not going to say, Benny, you did something, you're stupid. I mean, they might say you did something stupid, but they're going to say, how can we work together and prevent it from happening again, or how can we fix the situation?
Right. Unfortunately,
But they don't do that in politics.
this campaign has turned into just a real ugly, nasty, and they've lost
I know.
total sight of being positive and what they're going to do for the country. It's all about putting down the other person.
Yeah, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
So one beautiful thing happened this week. Okay, something very beautiful, because with all this on social media slinging mud
Right.
with politics, something that I think was a great Sweden did something for America to make us look at ourselves in our country. They awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature to Bob Dylan.
That's right, they did.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm tangled up in blue.
That's right.
Same color as my shoes.
Once upon a time, you looked so
fine. Two bumps of dime in your prime, didn't
you?
You know, and
Why don't we do the rest of the show talking like Bob Dylan?
I love to. I love to talk like Bob Dylan.
Can you imagine him in his bar mitzvah?
Dylan.
Baruch Adonai Baruch. Baruch Adonai Baruch Lilam Va'ed. Mazel tov.
Yeah. Now he was Jewish, but now I think he's a very religious man.
Is
I mean,
he?
he's a very very religious. But he I think he converted at one time, and he was like Christian or so.
It's possible.
He wrote that song, "You Got to Serve Somebody." It may
Oh,
be the
so
devil,
that
it
means
may
he's a
be the
messianic
Lord.
Jew. It means he
But
brought Jesus.
Don
into his
Rickles.
life.
Don Rickles. There was a documentary of Don Rickles.
Right.
I forget what Mr. Warmth.
Mr. Ward.
Mr. Warmth. Great documentary, and he has a picture of Bob Dylan and Bruce Springsteen came to visit him.
Oh,
And
okay.
came to one of his shows. So he said Bob Dylan asked him if Bob Dylan asked Don Rickles if Bob Dylan was a good Jew and everything. And he said, I told him he's a good Jew. He's a good, but yeah, he's very religious. A great song of his that I love is "Man of Peace." Sometimes even Satan Come as a man of peace.
I'm not familiar with that.
Oh, yeah, oh. I have a lot of Bob Dylan. I never
Okay.
saw him live,
All right.
but it's not, there are some people I regret that I never saw live, but Bob Dylan's not one of them, because Bob Dylan, from what I understand, sings what he wants to sing. So it's not, you're not going to see Bob Dylan and hear all the hits. You're going to hear what I want to play for you.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of people like that.
Some people like that. I went to a concert recently with Joan Jett and Hart.
Okay.
And I loved Hart. And a lot of our friends were there at that concert.
Didn't she do new stuff?
Joan Jett did new stuff.
That's right.
And a lot of people like Joan Jett more. Hart was the middle act, which I thought Hart should have
Right.
been the closing act. And Hart did all the hits, everything. And then they brought Cheap Trick was the opening act.
Oh.
And for the encore, they brought Cheap Trick out. And her and Robin Zander, Nancy Wilson,
That's a great show.
and Robin Zander sang "Love Hurts," which is not that. Yeah, because you could do a duet with that.
Okay.
It blew me. They were great. Now I loved Hart the most.
Was that at Jones
and
Beach?
Cheap Trick at Jones Beach.
Oh, okay, all right.
I loved Hart.
I saw you post that on Facebook.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. But a lot of comics, a lot of people,
All right.
a lot of our friends on social media posted that
Okay.
concert. They were there. It was a beautiful night. And a lot of people like Joan Jett because she did more new stuff than the hits. I don't know. I like the hits. I saw Paul McCartney did the hits, and they do one or two new songs. I'm fine with that,
Right.
Or if your new album is really good. I mean, the only person I could get away with was I saw Frank Zappa twice.
Okay.
And you didn't know what Frank Zappa was. You didn't know what he... Yeah.
I would love to have seen Frank Zappa live.
Well, I'll tell you what. You can't see Frank, but go see his son Dweezil.
Dweezil.
I've seen Dweezil 5 times, and he's coming back at the end of this month, and nobody will go with me. My son has seen him 4 times. And
Does he do pop stuff?
Well, he does all the pop. He does some of his own
Okay.
stuff too, but he does all pops
All
and
right.
stuff. The first time I saw him, he did the Gumbo Variations, which is like the greatest jazz song, greatest jazz fusion song ever written. So anyway, it's 20 after, and speaking of music,
Yes.
why don't you sing us a song?
Would you like me to sing a song,
I'd love you to
Benny?
sing a song. So while you're singing a song, I'm gonna talk so you can get things set up.
Okay,
And I'm just
all right.
gonna.
We'll set up and okay. Very good.
Everybody, Les Deegan will be in a couple of minutes. Les is going to be doing a song. And until then, I just have to talk about so I'll tell you, Halloween is coming. And I told a few people here, they were a little surprised. I said, this month I don't want to perform stand-up comedy. But what I do want to do is, I've spoke with Les about this backstage before, that I never wanted to be a stand-up comedian. It was like in The Godfather Part 3. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. I always wanted to be a writer. And I wrote a vampire novel many years ago, which was, I wanted it to be as funny as it was scary. And that's very tough to do. I mean, Ghostbusters kind of did it. There are a few movies and books that, so I tried it. I called it Last of the Fang-Toothed Bastards. And it's about a vampire hunter who is over 300 years old, so over 3 centuries old, and he wants to kill the last vampire because he just hates them, and he hates the fact that in this world we've glorified them. So I'll tell you more about that. I'm planning on reading that, so if you want to know, look me up on social media, and you can come see me read Last of the Fang-Toothed Bastards live. And now, without further ado, here is my good buddy Les Deegan singing a great song for us.
So let me set this up. Heinz Meyer and Johnny Mercer wrote a terrific tune that in 1965 was recorded originally by Wayne Newton. Remember Wayne Newton? Benny? By me, biz to shame. Now he owns Las Vegas. Any case, since this is like Indian summer, why don't you think back to a past summer when you went away to camp, you're on vacation, and you met that special someone and you fell in love and it was great, and then the summer was over and you went back to work and she went back to her thing, and you never really forgot about that, and you need a tissue out there. Anyway, this one is called The Summer Wind. Ooh. Everybody feel free to get up and slow dance to this. the summer wind came blowing in from across the sea. It lingered there to touch your hair and walk with me. All summer long we sang a song, and then we strolled that golden sand. Two sweethearts and the summer wind. Like painted kites, those days and nights, they went flying by. The world was new beneath the blue umbrella sky. Then, softer than a piper man, one day it called to you. I lost you, I lost it to the summer wind. Big finish now, Benny. The autumn wind and the winter winds, they have come and gone. And still the days, those lonely days, go on and on. And guess who sighs his lullabies through nights that never end? My fickle friend, the summer wind, that summer wind, warm summer wind. Hey Benny, did you just pass some wind? Way to kill the mood. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you.
Deacon, ladies. So what were we saying about Frank Zappa? Les Deacon, ladies and gentlemen, and the feedback. Because,
All right, with that Jimi Hendrix finish.
yeah.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Mike Patera, welcome
Thank you
to
for
the
having me.
show.
Thank you.
So everybody's comfortable?
Yeah.
I make
All
a
right.
living.
It's a living.
You guys see I'm good.
So Mike, welcome.
Thank
Tell
you.
us a little about yourself. You have your own. Now I know you since you're in seventh grade.
Grade,
right?
yeah. It's been a long time. We're from the Wood family, Chris Wood and Ivy Wood and all that.
Right.
And
Ivy, Jeff Wood,
Yep, all of them. I know them for a
Kathleen
long
and
time.
Jonathan. We can't forget anybody.
Yeah, God forbid we do.
Caroline,
Oh,
yeah.
Don't
Sweet
forget cousin Morningwood.
Morning Wood,
Morning
yeah.
Wood, that's a good one.
And cousin Uncle Deadwood, who just sits in the front.
I have,
He
so
sits
I have,
on the
I have a
board.
bunch of nicknames for Chris, but I'm gonna hold them for later.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know if he's gonna like that, but
Yeah, no, we won't do nicknames. Because Chris can kick my butt now,
oh yeah, he's a big timer.
When they were little, the boys, we used to fight all the time. They'd always,
Oh yeah.
I'd go into the house when they were little and they'd be like, "You can't tickle us," We'd have, but now,
Good
those
times.
days are over.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So tell me now, you have your own
Yeah.
DJ company.
Yeah, so we have DJ production company. It's called Partners in Sound. I have the Long Island branch, so we're located right in Amityville Village, right across the Mousetrap Cafe there. Yeah, nice spot, prime location,
Smooth.
right in town. You like that? Like how I did that transition? But I've been DJing since I was really 14 years old. I started working for a company.
Really?
Yeah, I was a roadie. I was that guy that was lugging the equipment, out of this warehouse, putting it into the truck, taking it out, setting it up on
So
on
you
stage,
learned
on
about
catering.
like troubleshooting.
Yeah.
and-
Oh yeah. Well, that's how you really got to start. You by loading the equipment and learning the equipment and being working from the ground up and putting everything together, you transition to becoming a DJ, then from there working to be an MC, and then so on and so forth. So, you know, when I was 14, I was that guy that was just lugging all the equipment around, watching the DJs, learning how to do everything, the mixes, and, you know, vibing the crowd and whatnot. And then it was just, you know, from there on, I just loved it, had a passion for it.
That's great.
And kept with it, yeah.
And you're doing something you love. You're making a living out of it.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
a lot of us people who do comedy and acting and stuff,
Yeah,
we don't make
yeah.
a living doing that. We gotta work, you know, a job we don't like to.
You know, yeah, you know what it is? I have a passion for it. I love it. You know,
That's great.
I have a full-time job Monday through Friday, but what's nice is it doesn't interfere with when the parties are happening. You know, because usually it's after 5 and on the weekends when I meet with my clients and whatnot. So it's a very busy life. You know, I'm starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I think 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Wow.
But you know, I'm lucky to have a beautiful wife that understands that, you know, long hours, and she backs me up. And you know, it's if you don't have the passion for it, you're not gonna be successful. You're
And
not
the
gonna be able to
support,
do it.
like you said,
And
you
the
need
support,
you need
right.
a good.
You have to have
you
the
know?
support. You know, it's hard, but it's great. I love every minute of it. I love making people happy on their special day, whether it's their wedding or a
Right.
sweet 16 or a corporate event or whatever it is. You know,
Bat
if I'm
mitzvahs?
hired,
Do you do
bat
bat-
mitzvahs.
Bar
Okay.
mitzvahs,
If
yeah.
you need music and you want some entertainment and you need some either AV work, sound, production, lighting, I'm able to help you, and that's what I can bring to the
All right.
table, which I love. You know.
And like I spoke with you before, you have done parties for big celebrities, but you're
Yeah.
not allowed to.
Yeah, you know, we have, I'm going to touch on that. We have
Yeah.
3 locations. We have Staten Island location,
Okay.
New Jersey, and Long Island. And our Staten Island location has been in business the longest. They're the founders of, you know, Partners in Sound. And we've done a number of celebrities, which I can't disclose. But, you know.
Well, you can tell about the one you did to me. I got no problem with
I thought you
that.
didn't want me to.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, we do
I don't
everybody,
get,
you know.
No, I don't get that though. You're a DJ for a big party. They don't. What are they afraid you're gonna disclose?
Well, here's the thing. Well, this is what it is. You know, if you have somebody that you're doing somebody's family party, or someone that's, you know, in the news, and someone that's a celebrity,
Right.
you could easily take out your cell phone and start snapping pictures and then spreading it around, or something happens where you can sell it off to the media or whatever it is. You just have to respect the client's wishes.
All right,
Whether
so-
it's a celebrity or whether
All right.
it's just a couple that, you know, doesn't want anything shared on their wedding day or whatever it is. You know, we just want to respect their wishes or
So
whatever they
this
want.
is not only this disclosure is not only for celebrities. Then,
No, it's for
every-
anybody. If somebody
Oh,
comes to
all right.
me, yeah, no, if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, Mike, you know, I want you to DJ my wedding. I want you to include a photographer and all that, but I don't want my pictures to be leaked, or I don't want anything out on the
Well, that
World
makes
Wide
sense.
Web."
That makes
right.
So
sense.
like the time I was at my cousin's wedding dancing, and I went down and split my pants, and all my cousins would say, "You wouldn't let those pictures get it."
Unless you wanted me to, and I might have to come here and drop them once. I
That
don't
was
know.
pretty embarrassing. I had to run out. Even my aunt, who's my cousin Maria's mom,
Right.
she was coming up to me, pulling my. I had to get out of there and go put another pair of pants on.
But if I was there would be nothing that says I couldn't post them
Right.
all over the internet.
But there was, thank goodness, there was no internet back then. Because
Oh, the world's. I mean, you know, with social media now.
Oh, that's right.
That's
Back-
everything.
Back then, the only way the word to get out was, did you
yeah,
Vocal.
did you hear what Penny said? Hello?
That's
I'm
right.
busy.
No,
right.
that's what it was.
That was the internet. You got to call people.
Yeah.
And you grabbed there was only one photographer back then.
Oh,
you
now.
know, or one or two.
Now you got 4 or 5, one party. You got a videographer. You know, there's a role for everybody. I mean,
And that's what you don't only handle the music. You handle.
No, we pretty much do it. I mean, we have photographers, videographers. So if we want to capture those moments where you want video, want photo, we can do that. We throw them up onto a plasma screen. You know, so we have TVs all around, and you know, whatever we're filming, we can throw right up on screen live, right at the event. So there's a ton of things we can do.
And so if I wanted a singer or somebody, you would.
Yeah, we have live music as well too. I
Live
think
music.
actually Frank might be on your show. Frizzalone.
Frank Frizzalone
Frank
is coming
Frizzalone.
next month.
Yeah,
Do you
he's-
know him, Les?
No.
He's a
No.
very talented man. He is a Frank Sinatra singer.
Oh, cool.
He's on YouTube. You can
Yeah,
look him
he's-
up.
Oh,
he's-
his name is
Frank
Frank.
Frizzalone.
Frizzalone,
Yes,
no.
Frizzalone. Frankie.
Hey, never heard of him. Hey.
I frizz alone. It sounds like right. What is it? Like I drink alone. I frizz alone. That would be me when I used to have hair. I frizz alone.
Yeah, it's
Now
growing. It's coming back.
I don't free. That's only I got Fuzz. Now I Fuzz alone. Benny Fuzz alone.
I'm actually schwitzing a little. I'm getting a little frizz over here a little.
I'm growing it back. I shaved it. I'm growing it back, and then I want to see what I got. I might do colors.
Colors?
Yeah.
Why don't
I
you do
wanted
red, white,
to.
and blue? It'll match your match your jacket.
I wanted to have a face paint to come on to one of the shows.
I can help you with
So-
that.
Yeah, but
Or
they
draw
want
your
money.
head.
I wanted them to
You
just
do
come
face
on.
painting also?
You need something,
Oh.
you let me know. I got someone. That's how it works, all right?
That don't work. Don't worry
We're
about
the
it.
company here.
Face paint that fell off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
We're Italian, so we talk like that.
But yeah, live entertainment's big for us. Yeah, it's a big addition.
So Frank Frizzolone.
Frank, we have a
is
percussionist, we have drummers.
Do you have that? When Frank comes on as Sinatra, we have Angelo Capone. Do you
Yeah.
work with him?
Not yet. I actually, I'm speaking to Frank about that. And a couple other people that they work together.
Yeah.
But I've seen him, and he's excellent.
He does
You know,
Jerry Lewis.
Very,
He's
very
gonna
good.
be on the show.
Very,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be on together. I'm going to have Frank Sinatra
Wow.
and Jerry Lewis
yeah.
on together.
Yep.
And they're going to come out as those characters.
Yeah.
So that's
I
to
can't- when
look
is this
forward
gonna
to.
be?
I'm not going to give you the date, so you'll have to watch every week. Could be next week. It could be next Tuesday.
It's soon.
I'm going to stalk
soon.
you on Facebook
And I
every
have-
day just so I don't miss the announcement.
Harry Houdini is going to be on also.
I like that
Harry
idea.
Houdini.
I like that.
I want people to come in character. I've been trying. Last week I had Bomba Claudie. You know Bomba Claudie? Jamaican woman. It's actually a man.
Oh,
I didn't say-
Irie man, no
It's
problem.
Stephen Williams.
Okay.
He dresses up like a Jamaican woman and was here
Oh.
sitting here, man, telling me
Bum,
we
bum,
had a
bum.
lot of fun. Yeah. And you watch that show. You can watch these shows on the Benny Gagoot Show channel. So those of you, if you're watching live, later on I'm going to archive this show, and I'm going to, when I archive it, I'm going to put a clip of from your business.
Oh, yeah.
From your company.
Yes.
There's going to be a clip. So look on the the Gagoot Show channel. I'm still doing the Gagoot Show channel right now.
Yeah.
Because I've got so many. I have a lot of subscribers on that. I got a lot going.
You're a very popular guy, Benny.
I have. When I started this show, I had like 12 friends on social media. Now I got over 1,000.
That's it.
I
Social
thought
I
you
thought
media
you were
is big
going to
now.
say
We know
now,
that. That's
now
all
we
you
only
have
have
to do.
6.
No, you know what's cool? 6 viewers, but you know what's cool? I go into places like I go to my dry cleaner, and he is a friend of mine on social media, and he told me keep doing what you're doing. I love what you're doing. You know, he's I'm not sure he's an Asian. I'm not sure what country, but he tells me keep doing. I enjoy your Facebook posts, and I write some silly things. I write, I just write what's on my
When
mind.
you go into his place and he cleans your suits, don't you tell him, keep doing what you're doing? I like the way my suits
No,
come out.
but it's nice. I had
I like
one
that
of
press.
one of my cousins that I haven't seen in a long time said the same thing. Said, because when I'm on social media, I'm trying. When I say something, even if I'm saying it and it's like kind of profound, it's profound in a humorous kind of way. I'm not. I don't want to get into the drama. A lot of
Right.
people get it.
You don't want to do any of that. I wouldn't
No.
want to be involved with all that.
Yeah.
Facebook, I keep it nice and light. You're one of my
Yeah.
Facebook friends. No politics.
You have
I try to keep it positive, upbeat, motivational, light. If I have disasters going on in my life, and let's face it, everybody's got problems,
Right.
but
Everyone doesn't need to hear it.
Yeah.
I try to keep it positive.
Right, you have to. And Facebook is really the direction that a lot of people are going in now. Everything with social media and between Twitter and Instagram.
Right.
I mean, with advertisements and just doing, your shows, even events that I'm doing, you post it up like we're doing a live feed now with
Right.
Facebook. Anything from that, you'll develop those followers from that, and they'll get to see a live action going on once you do something like that. With
Or the
Facebook.
show, but it is. I have a lot of friends who are performers, so it gets a little tiresome sometimes. It's like
Right.
me. Look at me. I'm going here. Look at me. I'm doing this.
Yeah, shameless self-promotion. Guilty! But I know what you mean. I know what you
Yeah.
mean.
That's why I'll write. I'll write things that are more humorous. So like even like I'm okay with the fact that when one door closes, another one opens.
Yep.
As long as that door doesn't open while I'm in the bathroom. I'm always writing something to see, and then I'm like, I like to see. I like the likes, I like the likes.
You look for it.
I used to be into the unfriending people, But now people told me, that's not too cool. And I just because of the Sicilian in me.
Right.
It was like,
You're right.
It was like whacking somebody, Hey,
Get 'em out of
yeah,
here.
Yeah, the Jew and me.
I don't wanna-
I'm friends with everybody.
I'm like, I don't want to see you
Big
no
fan.
more. You're dead to me.
Unclick.
Unclick.
See you
yeah.
later.
See you later. You're dead to me. But
That's funny. So how long? I meant to ask you. How long you been doing the show for now?
2 years, but it wasn't the same. It wasn't the Benny Rizzuti show.
Okay.
It was the Gagoot show, and I had
Right. I remember that.
I had other people, other people on it and everything. And now we're slimmed down, and we're transitioning, trying to get to cable. I sent stuff out. I have my
Right,
my
you're
son
telling
is
me.
working on.
Yeah.
My son is that you remember the little kid that
Oh, he's not so
he's
little
like-
anymore.
Yeah, he has his bachelor's degree in filmmaking.
Good.
My son, so he
Nice.
finally graduated. So I gave him the stuff. He's working on editing now. He's working on a new intro. It takes time with these
Of
people.
course. Of
Well,
course.
maybe
And me,
someday
I
you'll
work a lot
you'll
now.
take over for Colbert.
I wouldn't mind taking over for Joe Franklin. Okay. really, I'm serious.
You could start immediately, Benny. I think there's an opening. I think one door closed there.
No, but I mean,
Wide open, baby.
Right.
you know what? People love Joe Franklin. People did. That show was on forever, and people enjoyed him up until the very end. You familiar with Joe
No,
Franklin?
I'm not too
He
familiar.
was an
with
older
Joe
man.
Franklin's memory lane.
He was an older man who had a talk show, and it was usually just him. He would talk in the beginning, and then one guest, maybe two guests.
Right.
Joe Franklin, but he had charisma.
Right.
He had character, and he was on. You never knew what time he'd be on. He could be like doing it, and we were hippies back then. It's hard to believe that, but we.
Right.
So
I would never
we'd
guess
come
that.
home.
We were long hairs
No way.
back
Yeah,
then.
no, so at like 2 in the morning or so, you put on the TV, and the only thing worth watching was Joe Franklin. And he'd
right.
usually have somebody interesting like Les Deegan.
That's right.
Les was probably one of his first guests way back when.
Oh.
But Joe Franklin had that talk show for a very long time.
A very long
And he's
time.
passed away. And what happens with music, a person or a movie, a person passes away, that music is still remembered.
Always.
That movie's remembered.
Always.
With comedians and talk show hosts, they're only remembered if now with the internet, you can find some of their stuff.
Right.
But you don't.
That's very interesting, right? Some people, you don't have to look for them. You can just be in the car and the song comes on. You're at a party.
Right.
The DJ plays a song. With some people, though, if you want to remember, you have to seek them out.
Right.
With comedy, see now, if I was a singer, you sang Frank Sinatra's "The Summer Wind," right? And a lot of people do different people's songs, do covers. Even nowadays, I heard a cover of The Guitar Man from Bread. There's a new band doing a cover because these songs never. So you could do a cover, but if I was to go up and do Rodney Dangerfield jokes, because I want people to remember them, because I appreciate those jokes, I can't do it. That's stealing. See, it's
Right,
not
you can't do-
stealing
you
with
can't do
music.
it. Right,
So
you
if you play a song, it's
Right.
not stealing.
Which artists are doing it right now? They're remaking all types of 50s, 60s, 70s.
Because we made the
songs
best
right now.
music.
Right, you do.
From the
You
50s,
really do. I
from
agree
the
with that.
50s through the 80s was the best.
That is the
music.
best. That's my favorite type of music to play, to listen to.
I mean,
Nowadays, listen, I like all types of music. I listen to country, to hip hop, to. I'm a
I'm
very
passing
big
wind
Frank
right now. I just want you to know that.
All
Les.
right, so we don't have fans on in here.
Yeah.
But that's the best type of music. Is that the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, and now
Yeah.
you're having artists that are getting the rights to remake it into
Right.
either a dance song or into different ballads or whatever it is. For jokes, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that. And Richard Pryor. I love Richard Pryor. He wrote some. Now, how does a young person know? You'd mentioned Richard Pryor to some of these comedians, and they might know because of other comedians that mentioned him. But a lot of people don't know about Richard Pryor. They don't know who Lenny Bruce was. And you can't do Lenny Bruce's jokes, or the Marx Brothers. You can't do Groucho Marx unless you're doing a show like Stevie GB does about Groucho Marx.
Right, you can cover another artist's song, but not their jokes.
And bringing up, Stevie GB did a really good show a few years back that you might remember. He did the Legends of Comedy. So you had people come on. He was Groucho Marx. He had Rich Walker.
Oh, yeah, no, I saw
and
it,
Eric
right.
Haft. I saw that. Eric Half did Abbott Costello,
who's on first?
Sarah Quinn was
that was
Lucille
good.
Ball,
Right.
and that was nice. And Sophie Tucker, one comedian was Sophie Tucker, and that was a nice show. Oh, and the one guy was doing Rodney Dangerfield. He doesn't do it anymore. I don't remember.
Oh, Ken Krinsky.
Ken Krinsky was
Hey,
very
Ken,
good.
if you're out there watching,
Yeah.
he was a Rodney tribute artist,
Right,
which is different.
right.
So that's a very rare case where
still-
he is doing a cover, but that's unless you're an impressionist that does an impression of other comedians. But I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. Then
Right.
you're considered
can't
the
take
thief.
it, right.
You can't take where
You're
I could
reenacting
sing
it.
somebody else's song
Right.
that you've never heard before, or you know.
Well, I mean, I'm sure there's certain parameters where they have to sell out the licensing and to be allowed
Sure.
to do that and all.
Yeah, but-
and they're gonna get that royalty fee for doing that. But you know,
And with music, sometimes you could take a song like "I Will Always Love You," which was written by Dolly Parton, right?
Okay,
Dolly
I think
Parton
I
did a country version of it, and then Whitney Houston took it to a whole new level.
Right.
That was originally a Dolly Parton
That
song?
was Dolly Parton from the.
As Johnny Carson would say, I did not know that. Really? I really didn't know that.
Yes, yes, and Whitney won a Grammy for it, and what's the name? Dolly Parton. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot. Dolly Parton got a Grammy for it also for writing it.
Okay.
Right.
So when she got it, she said to Whitney, she said, "Honey, you could do my songs anytime." You know, and people
She's
have done
bringing the
that.
past back. You know, she's bringing that past. She's bringing an old classical song and bringing it to a whole new generation. That's what they want.
And we were talking about Dweezil Zappa and Frank Zappa. I don't know if you're
Yeah,
a fan.
yeah.
We were talking about Dweezil Zappa did Peaches and Regalia, which was what you were doing before.
okay.
Da, 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 da.
Right.
He did it live, and he got a Grammy, which his father should have gotten a Grammy years ago anyway.
All right.
But he got a Grammy for doing it, and what was really great about it was Dweezil. That was a song Frank wrote when Dweezil was born. He wrote that for Dweezil. So Dweezil got a Grammy for that. So Frank got a posthumous Grammy for so you see, that's cool. But Benny Rizzuti wouldn't get a comedy award for doing
good.
Flip Wilson, who I love too. I love
Flip
right?
was the best.
Yeah.
Chris gonna find Ray Charles.
I think my wife was fooling around on me because I said, "Where were you last night?" She says, "I was with my sister." I know she's lying because I was with her sister.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
oh.
Now, do you know who Flip Wilson is?
I do not.
See, I knew
do
you
not.
Here
would.
come the judge. He had his
I
own
gotta
TV.
start
The
writing
devil
all
made
this
me do
down.
The devil made me do it.
Right.
Geraldine, honey.
Right,
He was
Jerry.
good. And he did a thing one time.
He
And,
used to dress in drag. As
you know,
a,
dress and drag, but you know what? He was cool with everybody. And he knew, he was like after the civil rights. So he knew there was a little friction, but he played fun with that. Like
Right.
he said, we don't have to sit in the back of the bus anymore. Because they found out most of the accidents happen up front. Yeah, I loved it.
Right.
And he would do like, you know, when they were trying to raise money for different like public access or
Right.
fundraisers. And he'd be like, "Cool, man." He'd be like, "I want you to use a credit card that has your name on it and stuff." And one time he got in trouble for it, and then he went on and he says, "Look, I'm apologizing, but you know, he was
himself.
fun.
Right.
Flip Wilson was.
I
a fun
actually
guy.
just thought of him because it was just Columbus Day, and he used to do like a whole bit on, you know, Christopher Columbus, you know, and Queen Isabella, you know, but as black people.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was absolutely hilarious. And his big thing was Chris gonna find Ray Charles. Like that's what he's gonna discover in America. Ray Charles. Right, Ray Charles. So that was.
He was a fun. There were a lot of
I
funny
gotta look him up.
comedians.
I
A
gotta
lot,
look him up.
lot of funny comedians who now you know they're kind of forgotten, and even like Moms Mabley and
Jackie Moms Mabley.
right. There were a lot of different. You know the lot of the vaudeville. My favorite female comedian, like a lot of people like Lucy, and they remember Lucy.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I like Gracie Allen, Burns and Allen,
She was
George
very
Burns,
funny.
and Gracie Allen to me was, but also now
She was the original ditzy one.
she was the original ditzy one, and she was also an improv artist. That's what I loved about it because that they did. There's a movie called The Great Radio Broadcast, and it's one of the early talkie films,
Right.
black and white. George Burns was offered like let's say $100 to do 2 minutes on this movie. So he took the check and he went and he said, Gracie, I took the check for two. We're gonna have to do 2 minutes in this movie. I have no idea what we're gonna do. So she said, no problem. Ask me about one of my uncles. And she used to end her TV show, Burns and Allen, with George Burns would ask her about like, how's your Uncle George doing? And she would go off into this thing about her Uncle George, who worked on it, was on an airplane and wound up in another country and married this one, and her family lives in China, and just it was funny for 2 minutes and he asked her. She went on for 2 minutes of something very funny, and then he said, "Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We just made $100," and that's how he ended it because he was the straight man.
Right.
And she was in, and on a TV show, people would always, she was so crazy, you would leave and leave your hat behind. And then she would take the hat and write a number on it. So like hat number 42, and put it, and she had a closet just full of salesmen's hats.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah, oh, I love that show. That show was groundbreaking sitcom.
When was this? What time period? What
In the 50s, yeah. In the 50s, around the time of the Honeymooners, and
Right,
so, which
right.
the Honeymooners
Well, that's a
is,
classic. I mean, I watched
you
it.
know,
I
and
watched that
Jackie
with my
Gleason,
father
you can't do Jackie Gleason material. You can't, which there are some people you can't do it anyway.
You wouldn't
Right,
want
you
to
can't
do
do
it.
those jokes.
Yeah, leave it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's him.
But you want to hope that people remember. We're with music. You're still listening, and
Interesting,
today,
like there's been so many repeats of The Odd Couple.
right?
But no one's ever tried to do The Honeymooners because I don't think you could really do that again.
As a matter of fact, we talked about that on the last show with Bomba Claudia.
Oh, did you?
They did a movie. They did the Honeymooners with the African American version. Cedric the Entertainer was Ralph.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, yeah.
And even the African Americans didn't like it. They thought that was
Some
an
things
insult.
you gotta just
and Bomba
leave it,
Claudia,
leave it alone.
Bomba Claudia said that was an insult.
Leave it alone.
That because you can't.
You can't read. You
You
can't.
can't. They tried to do the Marx Brothers. They tried to do Laurel and Hardy and stuff. You can't.
Right.
They tried to do Ghostbusters. That was. If you think of Ghostbusters,
Did you? We just saw the movie.
Did you like it?
Yes, I thought it was very entertaining. I didn't really compare it to the first one. I just took it face value for what it was.
Right.
I thought it was very entertaining.
It was entertaining.
Kate McKinnon blows me away. I think she's just.
I
so
liked her. I
talented.
just thought her character could have.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, I don't have a picture for this, but we're talking about music and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Today is Chuck Berry's 90th birthday.
Wow,
I
that's
didn't
right,
know
Chuck
that.
Berry.
Chuck Berry,
Awesome.
90 today, and Chuck Berry there's disputes on someone else, but to me, Chuck Berry was one of the founders of rock
king
and
of
roll,
rock
right?
and roll.
Yeah,
The king, but he was the founder. There was another, I don't remember his name, there's another guy who played with Chuck Berry, and they both argue who invented rock and roll.
Not Jerry Lee Lewis, maybe?
No, another African American.
Oh, okay.
Mick Jagger, 73.
Mick Jagger is 73 today.
Wow.
Wow. Bob Dylan's 75. They're all
It's a day of history, man.
Les
Everyone's
Deegan is
birthday.
62.
62.
Yeah,
Wow.
baby!
I'm happy to hear that, to know that there's
62?
somebody.
I'm 31.
31.
Half of him.
Hey, I'm happy.
You're half the man that I am.
You know what I'm happy about? There's someone in the studio older than me.
That's me. That's me.
you.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm
you
usually
were
the oldest guy in the house.
Anyway, you guys, I know you had a few things you wanted to plug.
Oh,
and then-
sure.
And then we're going to end. Well, you plug what you want to plug, and then we're going to end with Les singing another
Yeah, I
song.
love
All
to
right.
see you singing. Go right ahead.
What it is, so let's see. So I got some great music shows coming up. November 13th, Sunday, 2 o'clock. An
have to
afternoon.
be- you have to
which
be a
which
senior
camera am
citizen.
I looking in?
Then all of a sudden,
They're all
look
looking
at
at
the
you. Look at
monitor.
mine. They're all looking at
They're all
us.
looking at me.
All of a sudden, you don't know what camera.
All
we're
right,
in.
this one.
The
That
orange
one
one,
right
to the
there.
left.
That one.
They're all facing you. Anyway,
He's a handsome guy.
Sunday.
Even my camera's facing me.
Sunday, November 13th, 2 o'clock to 3:15, an afternoon of music with Les Deegan. I'll be banging out Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin, Broadway show tunes. Check it out. I got some good comedy shows coming up. Let's see, Friday, October 28th, working with John Butera, who's putting together a show for Joe
Right.
Capella.
20 comics.
A
what is it?
fundraiser, right? I'm one of
Yeah.
20 comics. Then the November 5th, the dinner show at Sergio's Restaurant with high-powered Howard. And then very excited, on Saturday night, November 12th, the night before my singing show, I'm going to be headlining Ben's Deli. My career's on fire. Ben's Deli in Bayside. It's going to be a great dinner show with Alan Streisfeld. Wilshire Comedy Group is the host. I'll be working with my funny friends Joe Fulton and Robin Lakin, who's been on the show.
Oh, Robin's been
before.
on like a
I
lot
love
of times.
Robin and Joe. We're going to have a great time. We're going to laugh. We're going to
Who's
eat
Joe?
latkes.
I don't know Joe. Do I know Joe?
Joe, he's been around for a while, but I don't think you know him.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to try comedy, or you're a comedian who wants to work out, every Monday night at the Belmore Bean Cafe on Grand Avenue in Belmore, 7 o'clock, a terrific open mic that I run. And last but not least, when I'm not telling jokes and singing songs, I'm in the city helping small to medium-sized businesses save time and money on their FedEx, UPS and DHL overnight shipping, and a freight forwarder with Mercury Shipping. So,
And why did you throw that plug in? Why did you throw that plug in? Come on, tell me.
why did I throw the plug in?
Yeah, for
Right,
Mercury.
because thank you, Chris Valenti, my boss for 10 years, who said it was cool for me to leave work early so that I can do my other thing with Benny. So thank you. Chris, if you're out there, I love you, baby, and I'll be in tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
Come here and
Actually, I have a networking meeting tomorrow morning, so I'll see you a little later.
do my show, which
Did I leave anything out?
this show. You know, this show is funded by my 401k plan, just so everybody knows.
Ah,
right?
okay.
The money that should go into my 401k for retirement is going against the wind, Toby. That's
There
the
it
way.
It's all for a good reason.
Mike?
Yeah, so thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for
You
coming
know,
on.
I'm
Thanks.
pleased to be here.
It's nice to have somebody half our age on the show.
Right,
And
I
a
want you. I enjoy it. I
He's
enjoy
a
it.
kid.
But yeah, anything that you guys need, we're a full-service DJ company. Our location is 188D in Park Avenue in Amityville, New York. You can visit us at www.partnersinsound-li.com. We have 3 locations: New Jersey, Staten Island, and in Long Island. So anywhere within the boroughs, Westchester. We even travel. I have a couple of events coming up in Vermont and North Carolina. So whatever you guys need, we can help you and assist you with AV, party production, staging, you name it. If it has to do with music or entertainment, we're your company for you. And we actually have a Islip Street Fall Festival this Saturday.
Cool.
Oh, really?
The 22nd. It's going to be, we have over 90 vendors that are going to be there. It's behind 401, right on Main Street in Islip.
Yes,
the
yes.
old, I think it was the old high school, the old middle
Right,
school back in the day.
My son played basketball there.
Right,
yeah.
right. Right behind there, we have over 90 vendors. We're going to be there from 11 to 4.
Oh, great.
Music for the kids. We have some special appearances. We have some special effects that are going to be happening between the hours of 12 and 3. So if you guys are looking to do something, nice October weather, October 22nd, this Saturday, from 11 to 4, meet us at 401. You can meet me, meet my staff, see all the vendors, and spend time with the family.
Oh, great.
So it'd be
Great.
nice.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
there.
it'd be really nice.
What a
And,
great plug.
Yeah.
And we've got a video of
Yeah, we
Partners
have
in
it down,
Sound.
yep.
I'm gonna have it. It'll be on the Gagucho channel on YouTube. And
Okay.
like I said, I won't be doing any stand up right now. I'm protesting stand up. But you can find me reading my if you're interested in my vampire novel. If you have any interest, you even want to read some of it, I'll send it to you. Find me on social media. I'm easy. Benny Rizzuti.
Before we go, I got to give you one of these.
Oh, great.
You got to
Oh,
wear
thank
one
you.
of these.
All right.
Get
Oh,
social.
look at that. What a nice shirt.
Oh, yeah. You know my wife is
Just
gonna
don't use
steal
it as something to wax your car
No,
or
no,
to,
no.
clean the
My
window.
wife-
or,
My wife is looking at the show right now saying, if you only
Nancy.
got one, yeah.
I got one for Nancy too. It's behind the stage.
Oh, all right,
Don't
Nancy, you
worry.
got one too.
Nancy's got one.
Okay, thank you. And so, Les, why don't you sing a song and we're going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you all for watching.
all right.
All right.
We're here every Tuesday.
Okay.
And Les is going to sing us a song and I'm just going to talk a little nonsense. Tell you about If you have any problem now with the cold weather and the warm weather, you might get like steak foot or something. You want to take cotton. That's what us old people do. We take cotton balls, stick them between your toes.
Okay.
And they work real good. Then
Oh,
you
it
don't
feels
get
good
that
too.
athlete's foot and everything. Yeah. I'm just talking about anything.
You want to know something that's funny you say? Because
Yeah,
I
tell
get
me.
that. When I'm out there emceeing and I'm
Yeah.
dancing on the dance floor, I tell you, it gets hot out there. You wear a full
We
suit.
sweat, yeah.
Us Italians, forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So cotton balls, trust me. As you get
That's right.
older, you'll find uses for cotton balls. I got them, they fall out of my pocket all the time. Anyway, speaking of cotton, let's have that cotton picking Les Deegan.
What is for all you German opera fans out there? Kurt Weill und Bertolt Brecht wrote the Dreigoschen Opera, und in the Dreigoschen Opera, in the 20s, was the murder of the Maki Messer. And then about 30 years later, Bobby Darin changed the words around to English and made a few bucks singing this one. So hit it, baby. See if you recognize this one. Recognize it, Benny? Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old McKeith, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know, when that shark bites with his teeth, dear, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, has old McKeith, babe, so there's never a trace of red. On the sidewalk, ooh, sunny morning, lies a body just oozing life. Eek. Someone sneaking round the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? Ah, there's a tugboat, down by the river, don't you know? The cement bag, that's a drooping on down. Now the cement's just there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10, old Mackie's back in town. Did you see my friend Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. Now McKeith spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boys done something rash? Oh, Jenny Diver, Suki Tawdry, Miss Lottie Lenya, and oh, Lucy Brown. Now that pine forms are the right babe. Now that Mackie's back in town. Big finish, everybody. Jenny Diver, Suki Tawdry, look out, Miss Lottie Lenya, and oh, Lucy Brown. Yes, that pine forms on the right babe. Now that Mackie's back in town. Look out, old Mackie's back. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Les Deegan and Mike Patera.
All right, Benny Rizzuti, everyone. Yeah, baby.
Thanks for watching. See you next week.